Decided to try a little something new for today. We got the Stratocaster in and and a brand new jersey for y'all. This is my first ever jersey for anyone in the NHL of your rat-faced boy Brad Marchand. And Bruins win in 3-2 against the Ottawa Senators at home. Welcome back to Into the Den, and I am your host, Jay Freeman, and this game was this was sort of a was it the proper win? Probably not. Was it a win that we needed? Yeah, definitely. Even and yeah, Ottawa sucks. They're now 3-8-1. The last the Bruins are now 11-1-0 against them in their last 12. Ottawa has not won at TD Garden since April 6th, 2017. And they needed to go to the shootout to do it. Yeah, Ottawa sucks, and they've sucked for quite a while. And I mean, this game they were ruined by COVID. They had an entire offensive line, a defensive pairing, and their assistant coach out. They had for forwards, they had Connor Brown, Dylan Gambrell, and Austin Watson all out. For defense, they had Nick Holden and Victor Mete, and their assistant coach, Jack Capuano, was also out. But I mean, the pregame to this game is pretty funny, especially because as you had Jack Edwards saying that the Bruins' success relies entirely on WMD, not weapons of mass destruction, but for what Marchand does. And I mean, we had Jeremy Swayman versus Matt Murray, which I mean, that's you. I like Jeremy Swayman especially a lot at home, because he is still undefeated at TD Garden. But at the start of the first period, and I thought the Bruins came out swinging, and then less than 2 minutes into the game, Taylor Hall gets an assist. Unfortunately, it's an assist to Zach Sanford, scoring on a. Unfortunately, it's an assist on his own net, because he makes a horribly advised pass to the middle of the ice. It's right in front of Swayman, and that allows the puck to ricochet between stick and Swayman's pads, and Zach Sanford eventually gets it's a nice hole open to put it in, and the Sens are up 1-0 in less than 2 minutes into the game. And honestly, if there's one thing that I realized all game, it's that the Bruins played sloppily. We took, at the very least, 8 penalties, but either our penalty kill has been greatly improved, because we broke our longest streak of games with a power play goal allowed since 2017. We broke that streak. of either our power play, either our penalty kill is actually isn't down the shitter now, or Ottawa's power play is off, is even worse, because is freaking you got Jake Batherson and getting 2 in the box for high sticking, and then in less than a minute later you get Chucky getting 2 in the box for tripping, and you got Coyle getting 2 in the box for slashing. I mean, you have a 4-on-3, and you have a 4-on-3, and then eventually you get a 4-on-3 for a minute, and then a minute later you get a 2-man advantage, and you still can't fucking score. I don't know. Ottawa is just really pathetic. And although they come out of the first period still winning 1-0, the Bruins managed to outshoot them 14-11, and it actually felt like it. Like aside from of course the really early goal, the Bruins, even when they were taking so many penalties that they didn't even need to take, they really did not give up at all. This was quite possibly this was like the second time all season where it truly felt like they played a 60-minute game. The first time, the bad news is that this is the second time all season. And I mean, not even 10 seconds into the second period, Pasta gets 2 in the box for roughing. Bruins still able to kill it, and the Sens only get 2 shots on the entire power play. But oh my god, 6 seconds into the second period, and you're already giving up a goddamn penalty. What the hell is going on? And dude, but a little later on, Zub gets 2 in the box for cross checking. So the Bruins now get a chance to go on the power play, and Pasta takes it to probably one of his favorite spots. It's honestly like the space in between the face-off dot on his wing and like the back of the face-off circle. Well, he goes there. He tries to snipe it in, and it bounces off Marchand and right into the goal. 1-1 Bruins, and yeah, it was like, wait, are the Bruins actually feel like they're playing a full game? The problem is they're doing it against Ottawa, where it's really easy to outplay this team for a full 60 minutes. And it's as evidenced by Charlie Coyle giving just a absolutely beautiful dump off to Derek Forbert to take it pretty much exactly where Pasta did, and just going and scoring on the opposite side of the net. Pasta scored on the back end, on the far end of the net, and Forbert scored on the front end, and 2-1 Bruins. And but a little bit later on, Nikita Zaitsev, off a little bit of a scuffle, manages to take it from the boards right past Swayman's arm, and but Swayman gets a good chunk of it, but there's enough speed behind it to where it just trickles to where after it goes through his arm, it just trickles past with enough speed to go into the past the line. Tie game again. And but after this was something freaking great. Like we haven't seen too many fighting majors all all season for the Bruins. We haven't seen many fights. Well, Connor Clifton ends up breaking that with Mr. Formanton getting into a bit of a Donnybrook, and after all is said and done, and Jack Edwards pretty much asked for like a replay of what happened, and he complains, and he does what he always does and complains about the NHL. He complains about two cross checks to Clifton and to instigate, and is like the NHL is gonna start cracking down on cross checking. What about it? But like, I don't know. I know a lot of people just do not like Jack Edwards, but I mean the dude was kind of the voice of my childhood, and I love listening to him. I do also kind of like how someone actually put on in Edwards' Wikipedia page that he is the additionally, he is the worst announcer in the entire NHL. But I'm getting a little bit off topic. After that rough up, Marchand and Brad Marchand and Thomas Chabot get into a scrum of their own, and half of me is just sitting there. Half of me is sort of laughing at Griswick and McAvoy just sitting back because pretty much everybody on the Sens got into a fight with all three of the Bruins forwards. Not like an actual fight, but like the general pushing and shoving. And McAvoy and Griswick are just back there like, want to grab a beer or some shit like that. It's either that or I was either thinking about that, or I was just thinking about how the Bruins had three first round picks in the first 3 first round picks consecutively in 2015, and we could have had Thomas Chabot, and we ended up getting Jakub Zboril, who's sort of now part of the taxi squad, I guess. I don't know. I think he might be just down in Providence, and it's for good right now. Zach Senyshyn, who's drowning in the AHL, and DeBrusk, who had 2 goals in 4 games and hasn't really done much since. But after Marchand and Chabot get into a bit of a scuffle, they both get 2 in the box for roughing, and then we get one of the funniest goals I've ever seen. Because a Sens player broke his stick trying to clear the puck, and then Curtis Lazar breaks his stick, but so Pasta tries to pass it to Bergeron, and it ricochets off one of the broken sticks, and Bergeron's able to settle it and then slap it in 3-2 Boston, and like, oh my god, it was I mean, I can't play it obviously because I don't have any editing software, so which is why pretty much all of this is done in one take out anyways, and why you're just constantly getting me fucking stuttering. Hey dude in the comments of in the comment of last episode asking why it goes yeah, gotta stutter, but but yeah, the Bruins I can't show it, but you gotta trust me on this. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen since the dude that turns himself into a pickle, and he's called Pickle Rick. But but the start of period 3, Studnicka ends up getting 2 in the box for tripping early. Again, we can't keep taking early penalties. It's not a good look. And then really, it just feels like a lot of the third period definitely felt like either both teams were gassed or the Bruins were playing heavy clampdown defense because neither team could really get much momentum going. And then we get to the last 2 minutes where Ottawa tries to pull Matt Murray, but Murray sees the momentum of the game shifting towards Ottawa territory, so he goes back in, and then I think and then someone on the Bruins ices it, and from there Murray ends up getting pulled for an extra attacker. Pasta almost snipes an empty netter from Boston territory, and but he can't. And Ottawa doesn't capitalize on the extra attacker. Bruins win 3-2. 3-2. I feel like this game probably could have been a lot better for the Bruins. And I mean, I'm not complaining with a win, but also it's just like you had to make it this much of a hassle. I mean, it wasn't really much of a hassle either. It was just it's like after the second period, both teams just completely ran out of gas. So if the Bruins didn't play a 60-minute game, Ottawa definitely Ottawa sure as shit made them look like they did, but like also I didn't hear a lot of for this being like the first or second game with Brady Tkachuk being at being the new captain of the team. I really didn't hear his name much. Like it was a lot of it was Sanford and Stutzla, but like not much of it was Tkachuk. And but I don't know, the Bruins they did what they needed to do to win, and I'm happy about that. And I think that will be it for today's episode of Into the Den. And thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you like, click and subscribe if you really like. Down below is still going to be the GoFundMe for Jake Tebow, his recovery, and next game will be Bruins at home against the Oilers, and I will be there in attendance, and so expect a little bit more of an off the cuff episode of Into the Den for that. Not so much analytical, more so just like, hey, here was my experience. And I might still, I'll probably still have some notes here and there of like what actually happened, how the Bruins did and shit. But that will probably be something that I decide on later on. But thank you all for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.